Hi, Dakshay sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Dakshay sir, I know that you are the perfect person to explain tax topics in a simplified way. So, I have today some questions related to corporate tax. So, sir, please explain me in simple terms for our business community what is corporate tax?
Corporate tax is nothing but tax on your business profits.
Yeah.
So every business, when they run, they will either make a profit, and if they make a profit, they have to pay 9% of the profits
Okay.
to the government.
Okay.
That's how simple corporate tax is.
That's really amazing. So, this is for all the businesses.
All the businesses which is running
Okay.
in UAE as of now,
Okay.
every
Perfect.
business.
Perfect. So, this corporate tax is for business people.
Business
So,
people.
okay. So, who is subjected to corporate tax?
Almost every business is subject to corporate tax.
All right.
Almost
So,
every
almost
business.
every business.
Yeah.
That simple it is.
That's how simple it is.
Okay. So, all the type of LLC companies.
All the type of LLC companies
Yeah. Okay.
like PSEs and PJCs,
Okay.
even sole proprietorships, if they are earning more than 1 million dirhams, they are subject to corporate tax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can say almost everyone.
Almost everyone is subject to
Okay.
corporate tax. in
Is
UAE.
there any exemptions?
Yeah. So, like for example, you don't have to pay the corporate tax if you're an individual who's earning revenue from your real estate,
Okay.
or if you're earning some kind of personal incomes, you don't have to pay the corporate tax. It doesn't fall under corporate tax, basically.
Okay. All right. All right.
And also, like for example, you are a sole proprietorship. Like for example, I am running a business under my personal name in Dubai or in any other part of UAE, and I am earning less than 1 million dirhams. Then I'm not subject to corporate tax.
Okay. You mean to say that if I am running a business
Yeah.
under a trade license
You are running a business under trade license
on my personal capacity,
on your personal
which means
capacity.
it's a sole establishment.
Sole establishment.
And even if I earn profit more than 375,000,
Yeah.
but still my turnover is less than 1 million, I am not subjected to corporate tax.
You're not subject to corporate tax.
Oh, okay.
That's the biggest benefit.
That's really a good, good
But if you're
understanding.
an business, your organizational structure
Okay.
is like an LLC, and then you need to pay the corporate tax
Okay.
at 9%.
Okay. So
on the profits,
there,
which is above 375,000 dirhams.
okay, let me just put in my understanding. So here, let's say if I'm running a LLC company, if my company is a LLC, and I earn a profit more than 375,000, and my turnover doesn't matter whether my turnover is more than 1 million, I have to pay tax at the rate of 9% on and above the 375,000 profit.
So now the corporate tax is a new tax in UAE.
Okay.
And there are many other reliefs which is being given by the government. And in that, the most important relief which is being given by the government is
Okay.
small business relief.
Oh, okay.
That is
Small
only-
business relief.
Exactly. So that is only for 3 years.
All right.
So for the 3 years, you don't have to pay any single dirham as corporate tax.
Okay. Can you please explain for our clients, our audience,
For
what
sure.
is small business relief?
For sure. So the small business relief is a new scheme which is it's a scheme which is being given by the government to support the new businesses in UAE.
Okay.
And there, what happens is,
Okay.
if you're earning less than 3 million revenue, right, in
Okay.
a whole year, that is basically, it will come around 250,000 dirhams per month.
Okay.
If you divide it by 12, then you don't have to pay single dirham
Okay.
as corporate tax
Oh.
for the next 3 years.
So basically, UAE government is supporting small
Is
business.
supporting small
So that is
business.
why small business relief is
Exactly.
relieved.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
perfect.
every business which is earning a revenue less than 300,000 dirhams,
Okay.
3 million dirhams, is considered to be small business.
So 3 million is the magic number.
3 million is the magic number. So I'll keep it very simple. If you're earning less than 3 million revenue from your business in UAE, you don't have to pay a single dirham as corporate tax.
Okay.
And we can help you to file your SBR relief, like small business relief, and you don't have to pay a single dirham as corporate tax.
That's amazing.
And this is only for 3 years.
Okay.
So make use of this if you're a small business owner.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really good. That is really helpful information.
Really, really helpful.
Yes.
And then there over there also, you have the complete freedom to keep your books in the most easiest way.
Okay.
We call it cash basis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is perfect. Anyway, I will come to that, sir. Before that, I would like to ask you. You said that small business relief who are eligible for small business relief, they don't have to pay any tax. My question you said earlier everyone is subjected to tax as well.
Exactly.
So, do they have to register for tax, or they don't even have to register for the tax?
Yeah, this is also a very common doubt everyone is having. Even if you're earning 1 dirham
Okay.
in UAE or 0 dirhams in UAE,
Okay.
you are subject to corporate tax registry.
Oh, okay.
If
So,
you're an LLC or if you're an organized business
okay.
and you're having a trade license,
All right.
which is in the form of a company, like it can be a civil company, it can be an LLC,
Okay.
it can be a professional company or whatever. If you're having a license
Okay.
and if you're having a business, you have to register for corporate tax. It's not like value added tax.
Okay.
It's not like VAT, whereby you have a threshold for the revenue. I mean, in VAT, it's like you have a threshold of 375,000 dirhams.
Okay. Yes.
If your turnover is over and above 375,000, you have to register
Okay. All right.
for VAT.
Mm.
But that's not the case with corporate tax. Please make sure that you are registering for corporate tax, even if you are not earning a single dirham as revenue.
Okay.
Why? Because it is a registration and it is a tax on your profits.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now I get the picture much clear. Example, the 375 is making some confusion.
375 is making some confusion.
Yeah, because in VAT, it is mandatory to register after you exceed 375,000 turnover.
Exactly.
So same 375 is here.
Yeah.
But that is a profit you earn, and you have to pay tax on that 300. I mean, above any profit you earn above 375,000 in corporate tax, you have to pay the tax,
Exactly.
9%.
So my next punchline is coming.
Okay.
If your turnover is above 0 or above 1 dirham,
Okay.
if your turnover, if you don't have turnover, also you have to register for corporate tax.
Okay.
But you have to pay corporate tax only if your profits are above 375,000.
Okay. Perfect. See, here it is not about registration.
Exactly.
The VAT, it is about the registration. The
in
375 is the registration.
Exactly.
The corporate tax about the pay.
Exactly.
Registration is mandatory.
Yeah.
Even if you make 0 dirham. Okay. If you fall into the LLC and PJSC, I mean, almost all company, as you said
Yes.
earlier, we have to do the registration.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
If you're a business in UAE and you're having a trade license, which is not a sole proprietorship,
Okay.
if it is an LLC, if it is any kind of company,
Okay.
you have to register for corporate tax.
Perfect.
No doubt about it.
There is nothing to do with the turnover.
Nothing to do with the turnover.
All right. What about the free zone companies?
So, but if you're having a profits
Okay.
less than 375,000 dirhams, still you have to file the corporate tax,
Oh, okay.
but you don't have to pay corporate tax.
All right.
So filing is different, paying is different.
Okay. I'm coming back to the topic before you mentioned. So, what I understand is that if I'm running a business, I mean the company, we have to do the registration regardless of turnover.
Regardless of turnover.
And we have to do the filing also.
And the filing also.
Now coming my golden question. What about the accounting?
Accounting is if you're a small business,
Okay.
as I've said, like if your business is having a revenue less than 3 million dirhams, then you can maintain your books on a cash basis.
Cash basis.
Yes.
Okay.
Now the question comes, what is cash basis?
Of course.
So cash basis is very simple. What you've received, right? That will be your revenue. And what you've paid, will be your expenses.
Or in terms of cash,
In
what
terms
happens
of
with your cash? That is the
Exactly.
basis. So
Exactly.
you will maintain your accounts.
Exactly.
That simple it is.
Exactly. It's simple.
Okay, it's simply
If-
for the small businesses.
Exactly. So cash basis is nothing but if I have received 100 dirhams and if I have spent 50 dirhams, then my profit is 50 dirhams.
Okay.
Then I have to pay corporate tax on this 50 dirhams.
Oh, okay. It's all about the profit.
It's all about
Because the profit is the matter. I mean, profit is the
Key factor.
Key factor that consider the authority.
Exactly.
Okay, fine, perfect.
And it's been there in whole part of the world, right? It's there in the Europe, it's there in
Okay.
every part of the world.
Why this cash basis?
The cash basis is very simple
Okay.
to maintain. Like you don't have to maintain how much you have to pay, how much you have to receive. All the
Okay.
other kind of accounting headaches are not there.
All right.
So you can maintain your books in a very simple and clear manner.
Okay.
And that's the reason if you're earning less than 3 million dirhams as revenue, you can use cash basis.
Okay, so it is for the businesses who are earning less than 3 million. Again, here the government, the authority is making simple the
Exactly.
tax burden.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. So basically, the people who earn, the businesses who earn less than 3 million, less than 1 million, I mean, in terms of turnover. So the government is really want to support them.
Exactly.
Tax burdens
Yes.
in terms of filing, in terms of maintaining the accounts. Okay, perfect. Now the picture getting more clear. So again, I'm coming back to my question. Sir, we know that in UAE there are many different types of businesses.
Yes.
Like in terms of legal types, in terms of license issuing authority. So here comes my question. The free zone.
Yes.
Free zone is actually specially treated in
Yes,
every
yes.
terms. So what about free zone companies?
So all the free zones, no matter what, whether they are, FZE or FZC
Okay.
or FZE LLC, if it is not a sole proprietorship,
Okay.
you have to register for corporate tax.
Oh, okay.
And you have to keep your books of accounts. And you have to pay the corporate tax if you are earning more than 375,000 as profit.
Okay. There also the registration requirement is same.
There also the registration requirement is the same.
Okay.
You have to register if you're a business, and if your profits are less than 375,000 for the whole year, you don't have to pay the corporate tax.
Okay.
It's 0%.
All right.
You have to still file the corporate tax.
Okay. Fine.
So I have seen this in my professional journey many times. Many people assume. Like you don't have to assume. You can just take a call. I mean, you can just take your phone and call us and ask for a free consultation.
Okay.
We are here to help you. If you
Yes.
call on this number on the screen, you can call us and you can let us know like what is your turnover, what is your doubt, and exactly, and we'll give you the exact picture.
Yeah, okay. So you mean that if any businesses who have no clarity about the corporate tax
Yes.
or any questions, we have the option to give them a free consultation.
We have an option to give them free consultation, and we
No
even
hesitation.
no hesitation. Like
All right.
no matter what, like any calls are welcome to ADS Management Tax Consultancy.
Okay.
And we will make sure that we are being treated very well and your questions are being answered very well.
Okay. Coming back to the free zone and the small business relief, I have a
Yes.
question. Is small business relief applicable to free zone as well?
Small business relief is applicable to free zone as well.
Okay.
If you're running your business in a free zone and if your revenue is less than 3 million, you don't have to pay corporate tax. But you still need to register and you still need to file your corporate tax and claim for small business relief.
Okay, you have given me a very good term. I have a further question to that. Sir, can you please explain what is filing?
Filing,
Yeah.
like there is an MRA portal.
Okay.
Like for example, same like you're registering our profile
All right.
anywhere. Like for example, we are there on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, right? Same like that. We have to register our profile with the government,
Okay.
with the UAE government, and it's called MRA Tax Portal. Over there, you need to file your what is your profit, what is your revenue, what is your expenses, and everything in the
Okay.
format what they have given you.
Okay.
So that is what is like this portal and filing is all about.
Okay. So basically, the MRA tax portal, which is there for VAT as well as CT are same.
VAT and CT are same. Like
Okay.
everything is being administered by Federal Tax Authority, which is the supreme authority for administering all the taxes in UAE.
Okay.
And over there, you can manage your VAT, corporate tax, excise duty. If there is an excise tax for you, then excise tax and everything you can manage from there. Even the customs,
All right.
you can manage from
Okay,
there.
fine, perfect. Now the next question is, who should do the corporate tax filing? Everyone should do the.
Everyone who has registered,
Okay.
everyone who has registered for corporate tax in UAE
All right.
must do their corporate tax filing,
Including the small business relief.
including the small business.
Everyone who has registered has to do it.
Everyone who has registered need to file the corporate tax before the deadline.
I have to ask you now, when is the deadline?
So in UAE, the deadline for filing your corporate tax return is 9 months after the end of your tax period.
Tax period.
I'll explain it with an example.
Okay.
Like for example, you're running a business,
All right.
and the tax period in UAE is from Jan 2024 to December 2024.
Okay.
Then your filings are due by September 2025.
All right. Perfect. Perfect.
So you have got time till September 30th, 2025
Okay.
to complete your filings for the last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said something called the tax period.
Tax period.
Okay. So this is normally 1 year.
1 year.
Can you please explain what is this tax period? So it is common for everyone. It's
Yeah.
from January to December, because let's say there are many companies who start by mid of the year or towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So what about them? So can you
So-
please explain that?
Exactly. So all the businesses, when you are registering with the MRA tax portal for the corporate tax,
All right.
will receive a corporate tax certificate.
Okay.
So when you actually register this corporate tax, you have to refer this corporate tax certificate.
Perfect. That
And
simply it is.
That's
No worries.
No worries.
So that means it is very simple. So you don't have to actually worry about your trade license issuance date, whether it is mid or earlier or towards the end of the year. Doesn't matter. Go simply refer your corporate tax certificate.
Go simply refer your corporate tax certificate.
Okay.
That's how proactive and well structured
Okay.
the Federal Tax Authority is in UAE, and they've got one of the best systems in the world.
That is actually very good suggestion that I feel, because there are many customers who approach me to understand what is the tax period. Actually, for them it is very easy, rather than complicating the thing to understand what is period and how it works and all. Just let them go. I mean, they can go and refer their own tax certificate. They understand what is applicable for them.
Exactly.
That simple it is.
Yes.
So it's an easy shortcut way.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I mean, now we have discussed about the small business relief.
Yes.
So the government and authority want to support the small businesses. So my question is now, and we have discussed that now the corporate tax is on the profit.
Yes.
So what about the people who make loss? What is the support?
So if you're running a business and you have a loss for the business,
Okay.
you can carry forward those losses. Like for example,
Okay.
you're running a business, right? And you made a loss this year.
All right.
So you didn't have to pay the corporate tax.
Okay. Yeah.
And the next year, you're expecting a huge profit.
Mm.
And then you can offset this losses
Okay.
for this year
All right.
and then reduce it from the profits from the next year and pay for the balance of your profits at the rate 9%.
Okay.
And if that profit is below 375,000, you don't have to pay the corporate tax there.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Good. So
It's again a support.
it is again support. So let me ask you then again. I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
Let's say I have less than 3 million turnover,
Yes.
and I have not made a profit in the first year.
Right. You made a loss.
I made a loss,
Okay.
and so I am going to opt anyway the small business relief.
Yes.
So in the next year I'm going to make a profit. So how does that work?
So in this case, what
Okay.
happens is, as an expert, I would tell you not to claim for small business relief.
Okay.
Why? Because you made a loss this year. You can carry forward this loss for the next year.
All right.
And there, you can reduce this losses from the profits what you're going to make in the next year. And then pay the corporate tax on the balance
Okay.
at the rate 9%.
Okay, so that means this is a critical area.
Exactly.
It's a critical decision.
Exactly.
And then strategically you have to plan.
Strategically, you need to plan.
Okay, so that is something coming up for a detailed discussion.
Yes.
Okay, so can you please explain who should actually opt for this small business relief?
So if you're a small business
Mm-hmm.
and you're not making any loss, right?
Okay.
And you're making some kind of profits,
All right.
and there
Mm.
you are not expecting this profits to go up, then like you're not expecting your profits or your revenue to go more than 3 million the next year, then you can opt for small business relief.
Okay.
But if you are a business which is starting up this year and you're
Okay.
making a loss this year, and you're expecting that you will have more profits in the next year, you should not apply for small business relief. Why? Because you have more benefits from the losses.
Okay. All right.
You can offset it. Like for example, this I'm seeing every time. Some businesses are coming from like Europe or from India or from the other parts of the world or from China, and then they in their initial years they are running in a loss.
Okay.
For
Okay.
sure, they'll be in a loss because
Yes.
they have got a huge expenditure and everything and capacity, and they're not working on their optimum capacity. There, you should not apply for small business relief.
Okay.
Even if your revenue is less than 3 million, because you can carry forward your losses for the next year
Okay.
and offset with the profits which is generated in the next year, and then pay less corporate tax.
Okay, that's a good idea. I mean, this is an area where we need to take a tax consultant's expertise.
Yes.
Okay, there the expertise play a very good role.
For anything and everything, please don't do anything which is related to tax by
Okay.
yourself. Consult a tax consultant.
Okay,
Consult a chartered accountant. Consult a qualified accountant
all right.
who can actually advise you in the right direction. Why? Because a simple advice can save you a lot of money.
All right, fine, fine. What if I decided not to opt for small business relief because I am making loss in the initial year and I'm
Yes.
expecting the profit in the next year? And my question is now, what about the accounting?
Yes.
What should I follow? Whether it is cash basis, as you mentioned earlier, should I follow the cash basis? I mean, is there any recommendation that you want to give to the businesses? What type of accounting to choose?
If you're running a business, you need to focus on two things in accounting. One thing is you need to maintain the entire documentation. Like, for example, the basic documents for the
Okay.
next 7 years.
All right.
Like, for example, your bills, your receipts, everything in a digital format or non-digital format, you need
Okay.
to maintain for 7 years.
All right.
And then you need to generate your profit and loss account, your balance sheet, your notes, which is explaining the things which is being mentioned in your profit and loss account and balance sheet. Records which actually proves the figures which is being there in your profit and loss account and balance sheet, or notes which is pertaining to this. And you need to, like, most importantly, you need to keep it ready. You need to file it with the Emora tax portal and keep it ready if the government is coming for an audit.
Okay, perfect. So you have explained many things. So I have got a few more questions. You said that we have to maintain the records for 7 years.
Exactly.
Okay, I heard in the VAT it is 5 years.
In
of
VAT, it's 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to explain for my audience how this compliance requirement vary from VAT and corporate tax. Is it increasing the burden to a business?
No. It's been there.
All right.
Like, even if you're a small business or any business, you need to maintain your books of accounts.
Okay.
But before, the reason for asking the books of accounts was very limited.
All right.
Was it only in the case of VAT? Now the probability and the requirement to keep your books of accounts is increasing because of the corporate tax.
All right.
You need to maintain your accounts for the next 7 years
All right.
because there is corporate tax. Because there is VAT, because there is a requirement under the Ministry of Economy to maintain your books of accounts
Okay.
to 7 years, and there is huge penalties if you don't maintain your books of accounts.
Okay. All right. All right.
And the penalties, first time it's 10,000 dirhams, and second times, like, they will check what are the things where you didn't keep your books of accounts properly, and then they might charge you 20,000 or 30,000, depends upon the scale of inefficiencies which is being found there.
Okay.
So simple, keep your books of accounts neat, keep your accounting neat, so that you have everything in place
All right.
if the authority asks you any kind of records.
All right. So, Dakshi sir, you are introducing new terms and it's a scary term that is a penalty. So, I have questions. You said almost every companies,
Almost every company.
yeah, I mean every businesses
Yes.
and all the companies has to register for corporate tax and do the filing and also maintain the accounting, choose the right accounting, the type of accounting, and also you said that businesses has to maintain the records
Yes.
for 7 years.
Yes.
My question is, what is the consequence?
So if you're a new business and you have got your trade license like last week,
Okay.
do your corporate tax registration ASAP. Because if you cruise 90 days after getting your trade license and you fail to register for corporate tax, you get a penalty of 10,000 dirhams
Oh,
for
okay.
not registering for corporate tax.
That's a huge amount.
That's a very huge amount.
So basically, we can say that we don't need to wait for 90 days.
You don't have to.
Immediately, as you get the trade license,
Right.
you can straight away go for registration.
Exactly.
That's the best thing we can
That's
do.
the best thing to do.
Okay. What about the filing?
So if you fail to do your filings,
Yeah.
and if you miss 1 month, you get a penalty of 500 dirhams
500 dirhams.
for every month which is being delayed.
Oh, okay. So it's going to accumulate
Accumulate.
500. The next month again 500.
Exactly.
So how far it will go?
As far as you don't file it,
Okay.
every month you'll get a penalty of 500 dirhams.
Oh my gosh. So basically, there's a question. So you earlier you mentioned that okay, if my period tax period is 1 year, like say 2024 January to December, so I have another 8 months,
9 months.
9 months.
Yes.
Okay, so there are plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Okay, there is no chance for penalty and there is no reason
There is
to
no
delay.
reason. So if you are having
Okay.
your books or the tax period ending by 31st of December, finalize your books by Jan or Feb
All right.
maximum.
Okay.
And give it to your tax consultant for the filing and finish off your filings by March or April,
All right.
and then just be peaceful with it.
The penalties are very huge. No need to wait for anything. And
Exactly.
9 months are available, but I recommend not to wait for that. Let's do it immediately because the penalties
ASAP.
are huge.
Do it as soon as possible.
Okay. Okay.
So that you're like, if you keep your books ready, if you're how the scenario in Dubai, everything is very transparent, everything is very proactive,
Okay.
and everything is very straight,
Okay.
right? And if you're not following that, and if you're not following the right things which is being said by the government, you will get penalized heavily.
Oh, okay.
And that's
a-
there in every field.
every field.
Every field. Like, for example, even if it is in roads, you get road fines if you're cruising the speed limits. Same like that. Every government entity is very proactive there. So keep your books ready, keep your accounts ready, keep your tax ready, so that what is happening is like you're complying with all the law of the land, and you can run a very successful and peaceful life there.
Okay, so you're saying that the tax authority also working similar to all other authorities.
All other departments.
Okay, fine, perfect. One question came into my mind. So how will this authority will know if you have not registered? For example, when you drive on the road, so
Yes.
when you exceed the speed, there is a camera.
Exactly.
So how about this corporate tax? So how will the authority will know that I have not registered? Because I took the license, for example, I took the trade license from my free zone or from any authority. So how will the authority will know that I have exceeded the 90 days?
There I have three things to say. See, one thing is, as you know, in Dubai or in UAE as such, everything is digital.
Okay.
So the authorities clearly know which are LLCs, which are companies, and whether you have registered for corporate tax or anything. Secondly, you might have noticed this. UAE is having a very robust AI system and a digital system where everything is digital. So I don't know what is happening inside the government, but I'm sure about the confidence what the government is giving me, that everything is very transparent, everything is very organized, and everywhere UAE government is implementing AI everywhere, so that they are having one of the best systems in the world, is what I'm believing, because that's what I see every day with the experience of living in Dubai, because everything is very organized. So I believe that it's very easy for the authority to find this because they have robust AI systems and everything is digital and everything is very organized.
Yes, yes, yes. So we discussed the same thing when the VAT introduced
Yes.
100% digital
Exactly.
taxation system.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. So let's say I have got a trade license and I have not registered within 90 days. But one day when I register, they will understand based on the issuance date of my trade license. Right?
Right.
So definitely I will get that penalty.
Yes.
So once I register, I have a tax portal and all
Yes.
my details are with the FT tax authority.
Correct.
So what if I fail to do the filing on time?
So if you fail to do the filing on time, you get a penalty of 500 dirhams
Okay.
for every month, which is being cruised.
Okay.
Like, for example, you are supposed to do your
Okay.
corporate tax filing by September
Okay.
2025 and you missed it.
Okay.
You get 500 dirhams in the month of October.
Okay.
And-
How does the authority know about this?
It's very organized.
Okay.
It's very organized. It's very pre-structured, very well administered.
Okay.
So any number of
Okay. You mean
companies-
it is automated?
it's very automated.
Okay. Even VAT also same. So the same
Same,
is for the
same.
corporate tax as well.
Very systematic.
Okay, fine. So the authority, once you registered, the authority know that what is your deadline.
Even
and
if
if you fail to do that, automatically the penalty will
even
be
if
imposed.
you are not registered for the things, authority clearly knows that you haven't done it.
Oh, okay.
And even in UAE, there is something called whistleblower system.
All right.
Like, for example, anyone can report that you haven't registered for the corporate tax.
That means any citizen,
Any
as if you
citizen.
have
any citizen, any resident.
any resident.
Yes.
Okay. As if we have on the road, if you find any kind of violation, you can take the picture and upload. Similarly, the authority also have like
Exactly.
whistleblower
system. So, like, for example, if you are in UAE roads and you find someone who is actually not following the rules, you can just click a picture and upload it in the government apps, and they will take the corrective actions to make sure that they are being penalized for the mistakes what they have done. Same like that in UAE tax systems also, you have got a whistleblower system where you can click a picture and give the details in the whistleblower system,
Okay.
so that the other person gets penalized and you get remunerated for. You get a
Oh.
remuneration for.
So it is working systematically.
Yes, and you get a remuneration for informing the authorities
Okay.
that this person has not registered for the corporate tax or not following the corporate tax properly.
Okay. So there is system for that. So it doesn't always has to be an authorized person from the tax authority. You have to be careful. You do not know who is actually going to report on you.
Correct.
Okay. So you have to be very careful.
You have to be very careful.
I mean, make sure that you are doing all the things on time.
Right.
Okay, fine, perfect. So if you are not keeping the accounting.
Accounting.
How the authority will come to know about it, and what is the penalty imposed on such failures?
So last day I was reading about the FTA report, Federal Tax Authorities report.
Okay.
They are increasing the number of field visits for the businesses for verification of their books of accounts, for checking like whether they are complying with the tax and regulations. And if they find that you are not keeping proper books of accounts, for the first time they'll give you a penalty of 10,000 dirhams.
Okay.
And if they find those repeated violations, they'll give you a penalty of 20,000 dirhams or 30,000 dirhams or 40,000 dirhams based on the deviations they have found.
What you're saying is the authority is increasing the field visits, the inspection.
And inspections. That is being
Okay.
mentioned
Okay.
in their report.
Okay.
In their annual report.
All right. All right. So
Yes.
you have to be keep ready anytime.
Yes.
So you can expect someone coming in.
Coming in. Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Or they might give a notice
Okay.
saying that within 7 days, we need this kind of documents, which is pertaining to your last 6 filings.
Oh.
Or 8 filings or 10 filings.
All right. All
So
right.
you need to keep these things ready. And with the corporate tax coming in, you need to keep the entire books of accounts in the proper stipulated formats,
Okay.
which is under IFRS, so that you are keeping all your books ready in UAE,
All right.
like your sales details, your purchase details, your expense details, your asset details, liability details in perfect order, with all the bank statements, with your other notes which is explaining all these things,
All right.
so that authorities can come and verify whenever they need to, or they'll request it online so that you can send it to them, and they can verify everything and make sure that your books are in order and you're properly paying the taxes to the government.
All right. All right. So it doesn't always have to be physical inspection.
Exactly.
They can actually ask you or give you a notification
Yes.
as well. So you have to submit all your
Details,
documents,
yes.
books and documents to the details to the authority. Okay, they will review it.
They'll review it.
Oh,
There are
okay.
many cases where the Federal Tax Authority requests
Mm-hmm.
for the documents online.
Okay, they do the tax assessments.
They do the tax assessments.
Okay.
And even
fine.
there are field visits. Like they'll inform that on this date, we are coming to check your books of account. They gives it as a notice.
Okay, fine.
So the government,
So-
that's what I was trying to say. The government is very proactive.
Mm-hmm.
Government is very proactive on making sure that the proper laws are being implemented.
So
and
it
everyone
looks
is-
like a little bit sophisticated for a small business or micro business to maintain these things.
So for micro business and small businesses, which is below 3 million revenue, it's very easy for them to maintain the books of accounts. It's like they just need to maintain what is cash in and what is cash out
Okay.
and account it properly.
All right. So basically, it is not much complicated.
Not much complicated
thing
for
about-
micro businesses and small
Okay,
businesses.
it's about you have to maintain it,
Exactly.
but in a simple way.
Simple way.
Okay, fine.
Correct.
And the accounts and maintaining the records. So what would you recommend for a small businesses? How will they actually maintain it, or how what you recommend for them?
So if you're a micro business or a small business as well, take the help of a tax consultant.
All right.
Like no matter what, because the things have changed and there is a lot of things to be careful about your books of accounts, about your accounting, about your tax relief application, refund applications, or even the relief applications, or the other kind of concerns applications. Your tax consultant might be able to help you to resolve it.
Okay.
So take the help of a tax consultant or chartered accountants who are specialized in this field.
All right.
Right, like for example, we are chartered accountants who are specialized in micro and small businesses.
Okay.
And we have very affordable packages, which is starting from 499 dirhams per month, or even like we have specialized packages which is running from per annum basis. Like for example, for VAT we have packages which is like 1,500 dirhams per annum, and we have packages which is for corporate tax filing, which is starting from like 2,000 dirhams per annum. So what happens is like everything is being covered there. Everything is very professional there. So you can actually spend like 200, 300 dirhams per month.
Okay.
Or like take packages like 499 dirhams per month, and make sure that your books are maintained properly.
All right.
And your taxes are filed properly, and your accounts are maintained in the most professional way, so that you can continue on your business and focus on your business.
All right.
And make it grow more further.
All right, perfect. So what I understand is that, so it's not, as a small business, we don't have to worry about the accounting, what I need to do, or if I do not know how to do the accounting, that's not a matter.
Not a
So
matter.
we can actually simply solve this.
Yes.
First of all, the obligations and the tax burden is relieved for the small business from the authority.
Yes.
And after that, there are plenty of tax consultants available. A small business can approach. And
Yes.
the thing is, the most important thing is they have to be aware of things and careful about the actions to be taken on time.
Yes.
So that they can actually prevent the penalties. So that's what.
Yes.
And the rest of all the things in terms of record keeping, in terms of accounting and the filing. So any tax consultants help they can take. That's what you recommend.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
So the thing is, like, if you're running a small business, there are many things you're running behind. Like, for example, getting sales, managing your purchase, managing your inventory, managing your logistics. If you're online, managing your, online portals like Talabat or Amazon or Noon or whatsoever, then you are lost with many other tasks. So what you need to do is, like, for your accounting and taxation requirement, appoint qualified chartered accountants or tax consultants with very affordable packages. Like we have our packages which is starting from 499 dirhams per month, or we have the VAT filing packages per annum, which is just at 1,500 dirhams. And even we have packages which is running for corporate tax, which is like 2,000 dirhams per annum, so that you get the professional help, like chartered accountant access, and you can maintain your books in the most, accurate way, so that you can focus on growing your business further,
Okay.
and make sure that you're complying with all this laws and don't and you're not running into any kind of penalties like 10,000 dirhams or 20,000 dirhams.
Okay. Perfect. Because the penalties are very huge.
Very huge.
Okay. It is especially for the small businesses. It will be destroying.
Small businesses, a small penalty can have a lot of impact.
Yes.
Why? Because it'll affect their day-to-day running, and then they might lose their focus. Like, for example, a small business owner might be involved in many other things. And if there is a penalty, and if there is an authority checking in, and all this comes in, then you cannot focus on your business.
Oh, right. You're right.
Yes. And what happens is, like, it will affect your cash flow also, because you have to pay all these penalties and everything to continue running your business.
Okay, all right. Sir, I have observed a strange thing. So now you have explained about the requirement and what to do, how to do. So many things, probably like accounting and bookkeeping, need knowledge, expertise.
Yes.
What I observed is that there are businesses who doesn't even know, even now they don't know whether they have to do the registration or not. I hear from those people, that I was not informed. I don't know. Nobody told me. The trade license issuing authority or the municipality is regularly visiting, and nobody has told me. So this is what I hear from them.
Yes, they're genuinely saying, like, this gap is there in the market. Like, for example, many of them doesn't know what is happening and how they have to do. I mainly feel it's a problem with the business consultants in UAE, and also it's mainly because of the problem with not following up with the proper kind of authorities, like what is being required to do. So, like, for example, authorities are very proactive. If you check their social media handles, if you check their Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or even TV, they give proper ads and awareness there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even
Okay.
the FT is very proactive in giving free workshops, tax clinics, and everything. But many people are ignoring this. And ignorance to law is not an excuse.
All right.
So the government is taking all the initiatives. And as a business owner, it is your responsibility to make sure that you are complying with this. And you have to take the proactive steps. The authority is already proactive. I don't see anything which the authority is not doing now.
That is absolutely right.
Right.
Because let us take the road regulations.
Exactly.
No one is coming directly and informing anyone of any citizen.
Right.
This informations are actually available through, or we are reaching to the information through the newspapers. Nowadays every department has their own pages.
Right.
Social media pages. Socially they are
Yes.
all active. And there are like visa related, so everyone is aware, so
Yes.
nobody is directly informed from any authority. So same is the case for the tax authority as well. They also have the social media pages, website, really active website. So that is what so you are trying to say that business has to be proactive
Yes.
in terms of taxation as well.
Exactly.
As if we are aware and we are alert about the visa related or immigration related or the road related penalties or regulations, we have to be aware of the tax authority as well, being a
Yes.
business person.
Yes, being a business person, you
Okay.
need to be aware of all the laws and regulations of the government,
Okay,
from the tax and everywhere,
that's sensible.
and make sure that you're complying with that.
Okay, perfect.
Otherwise, for sure, you will have penalties.
Okay.
Yes.
Based on our conversation,
Yes.
what I understood is that as a small and business owner, small businesses need to do the registration,
Yes.
filing,
Yes.
and maintain the bookkeeping,
Yes.
do the accounting,
Yes.
and if required, they have to, opt for a small business relief
Yes.
and maintain the records for 7 years.
Correct.
So there are many responsibilities. So how do a small business, how can actually, what do you recommend for a small business to simplify this process or make their life easy?
So for a small business, the number one thing what I would say is like be aware of the laws. To be aware of the laws
Okay.
or to get the important updates, the easiest thing what you can do is follow Federal Tax Authorities Instagram handle, Facebook handle,
Okay.
LinkedIn handle, LinkedIn pages,
All right.
and make sure that you're subscribed to their important newsletters, so that you get to know what is being happening in the tax arena. And most importantly, try to attend all the kind of workshops which is being given by the Federal Tax Authority and the tax clinics which is being organized by the Federal Tax Authority,
Okay,
so that
great.
you clearly know what are the laws and what are the things you need to follow. That's the important thing. So
Okay.
the first thing I would say, like, be aware
All right.
of the tax laws and everything.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So, as if we are alert about the regulations, changes, and update in the immigration or the road regulations,
Right.
you have to consider the tax authority or tax regulation as well. Okay, fine. So, what if you know that most of the small business one man army, one man show.
Yes.
It's a tough journey.
Yes.
So, what if they don't have time? Or how? I mean, is there any other recommendation that you
So
can?
if you don't have time
Yeah.
and if you don't have the skill for this, appoint chartered accountants, like appoint tax consultants
Okay.
who can take care of this
Okay.
and who can make sure that your books are maintained properly.
What I understand is that whatever it may be, we have to be aware. Increase our awareness about the tax regulations.
Exactly.
The second best thing that we can do is actually be connected to a tax consultant.
Exactly.
Have them onboarded
Exactly.
for your accounting questions or the regulation questions,
Right.
deadlines. If you appoint someone to take care of your deadlines,
Yes.
like registration or important notification, that's the best thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, and now I understand the ADS Management Tax Consultancy. So, how a ADS Management Tax Consultancy can help a small business or micro businesses?
So areas management tax consultancy can help micro and small businesses in many different ways.
Okay.
Like, for example, have your requirement is only for VAT filing. We have our packages which is starting from 1,500 dirhams per annum.
Okay, great, great.
And if your requirement is only the corporate tax filing, we have packages, very affordable packages, which is there for that. Like, for example, if it
This
is
is specially designed for the small business.
specially designed for
that's
small
the,
business.
that affordability is.
That's how affordable it is. Like, for example, if it is a small business relief, we have a packages which is like, for 1,000 dirhams. Just for 1,000 dirhams, you can claim your small business relief,
Okay.
or you can have your books ready. Or if you're just looking for the small business relief, we have even packages for 500 dirhams.
Okay.
That's how affordable it is. And if they are looking for the complete books maintenance, we have the we have the chartered accountants who will help you to maintain your books for just 499 dirhams. That is 499 dirhams,
Okay.
or less than 500 dirhams per month.
Okay, great, great. So basically, you're trying to say that being a small business, micro business person can choose based on their requirement, the
Exactly.
services
Yes.
based on the requirement,
Right.
as if based on the resources available for them.
Yes.
If they have an in-house accountant, they
Right.
can take the assistance of advisory.
Correct.
If they have a small business relief and not much transaction, they have a special packages available for that.
Yes.
Okay, that's really great. It's really helpful for
Yes,
the
yes,
businesses,
yes.
because when they are in the struggling stage, the survival stage, it is finding out an affordable tax consultancy or services is a best thing,
Yes.
and it is already new. So another question is actually how ADS. So having a tax consultant or partner for someone who is running around behind their business is essential.
Yes.
So how a small business can choose a right, reliable tax consultant, and
So-
how ADS is suitable in that, how ADS position in that area.
So I would say, like, ADS has served more than 10,000 clients as of now.
All right, great.
So we are one of the
So you are expert.
we are the experts in this domain. Like, for example, in micro entities and small business, small and medium businesses,
Okay.
we are the experts. Like, no matter what, like, we'll sort out your issues and we will make sure that you're complying with the law.
Okay, great.
And we are the oldest tax consultancy in UAE as of now. We have served more than 10,000 clients, as I have said. And we are the number one tax consultancy in SME sector. And we have recently got the award from Gulf Entrepreneur for being the number one tax consultancy in UAE. And it is being backed by our reviews on the social media pages. We are the most top rated tax consultancy in UAE with more than 1,200 reviews in our Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah branch.
Okay, in the Google reviews.
Google reviews. Yeah.
Okay, great. So
And it's a reflection of our hard work.
okay, great. So, sir, I am coming back to a specific question. For example, being a small business who doesn't have a in-house accountant or professional accountant in-house.
Yes.
So, for various reasons, they want a tax consultant.
Right.
So, how a business can find out, verify, and whether they are reliable, and how actually they can choose the right one. What are the things that you need to look for when they are finalizing a tax consultant?
That's a very good question.
Okay.
So if you are finalizing a tax consultancy for your business, I would suggest that look at their qualifications. What are they? Like, for example, anyone and everyone who claims to be a tax consultant is not a tax consultant. Like, either they should be, chartered accountants, chartered tax accountants, chartered management accountants, or any kind of like chartered qualifications where they have an expertise in tax. Secondly, you can look for tax agents. Like, there are tax agents which is being listed in the Federal Tax Authority's website,
Okay.
which says like who are tax agents and what are the things, what are the services what that tax agents can provide you. The third
Great.
thing is like you can easily go and check their Google My Business profile for the Google reviews and even check their social media handles. So you get to see what is their reputation.
Yes,
So
perfect.
you need to be very careful about with whom you are associating, so that you will have a very peaceful life.
Okay.
And most importantly, you can look for their awards, recognitions, the ISO certifications, and their presence. All those things like the professionalism, what they're maintaining.
Okay.
All these things will actually guide you right towards the right tax consultants.
Great.
If you see some kind of unprofessionalism or some kind of things here and there, don't continue with them, because it's very critical to have the right tax partner for your business.
That absolutely right, because when the buyer, as a buyer or
Yes.
as a business, when I do not know what is tax,
Yeah.
when I am not expert in that part, very difficult to take a decision.
Right.
So we have to blindly rely upon the tax consultant.
Yes.
So we have a lot of social media. Through social media, we have a lot of service providers.
Yes.
So that is really helpful for our small businesses to choose in the right way a tax consultant.
And if you need to have anyone, you need to have any doubts, or if you need to have any services from us, don't hesitate to call us. We'll give all our details in this description, so you can reach us, or you can mail us, or you can call us, and clarify all your doubts.
Okay, great. I believe that you have explained how to do it. It's really helpful for our audience and the small and micro business entities.
Yes.
Great. Yes, Dakshay sir, thank you so much for being here
You're welcome.
and making the corporate tax topic so simple and easy for our audience.
Right.
I believe the information what he has helped to simplify is really helpful for you all, and especially how to choose a right tax partner. So that will definitely help you. And also, if you have got any doubts, have any queries, please make use of our free consultation and the number given below. And thank you.